Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? What's going on, Miss Jan? How you doing? Guys, finishing up my dinner. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. All right. Let me get this. Do, do, do. Do, do. What's up, Chaz? Come on in. Come on in. I'll let people show up. Let people show on up. Ooh, I don't want to do that. Mr. Billy? What's going on? Hey, hey, Strong's Adventure. Mr. Billy and Rhonda. What's going on, y'all? Uh, come on. Come on. All right. So, yeah, Stream Yard is a little slow on chat, so you gotta let it catch up. So, hey, hey, hey. Yes, Jan, I know. D.A. Barry in the house. What's going on, Mr. Barry? Michael Farmer. Hey, hey. Oh, Billy, man, you are not lying, brother. Man, it was hot, hot, hot. I basically was working out in the heat all day in boats. It was, whew, man, good stuff. That's cool, Troy. Yeah, if you guys can't stick around, that's cool. Definitely thank you for dropping in. Definitely thank you for dropping in. Oh man, yeah. So what's the verdict's gonna be? I guess we'll let some more people come on in. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down, it don't matter. Um, Definitely appreciated, but not required. So, what's going on, Gordon? Come on in, come on in. Had a snake waiting for you to feed it a fish. That sounds about right. And all right. Oh, you just ordered some stickers today. That's awesome. Sprinkled Donut Forge in the house. See ya. Yeah, I know. So this, I started growing this beard. When did I start growing this beard? My last official working day in the Navy is before I retired, because I had leave days on the books that I could take. So my official retirement date was February 28th, 2019. That's when I officially retired. So I had 39 days on the books. So from that time, right? So it was actually late January was whenever I first started growing my beard, 2019. And then obviously my place of work, I started there a few days prior to my retirement. And I've been growing it ever since. I think I've only trimmed maybe a total of a half an inch off of the length since January of 2019. So yeah, it's a beautiful beard. I do love it a lot, and so does Gladys. So our deliberation and talking about it and what we're gonna do and what her thoughts, what's my thoughts, and what's going on and what are we doing. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Uh, uh, uh. Do, do, do. Do just trim, have footage. Wasn't going to put oh, yeah, footage of your beard. Awesome. And I thank you. I do thank you very much. So, those of you, if you got a chance to see the picture, right, of what I put up, it was one of the official pictures for the Beard Up Challenge 2020. It's one of the things that they've sent out. Let me see if I can find it here. So yeah, so it shows the rules, right? So it's the Beard Up Challenge 2020. So you can do a hashtag or pound for us old folks, right? To look it up. So it's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be all those things. So if you are wanting to join a team for the Beard Up Challenge, the rules are very, very simple, right? You have to upload a clean shaven face by the first week of August. So that's in a week, right? So within that first week, and they've even put out that the only part that's physically being measured is from the bottom of the lip down to the longest hair, basically the longest tip of your beard. So the only part that really needs to grow is right here. So if you already have a full beard and you don't want to shave the whole thing, all you have to shave is right here. Okay. They've already put that out. If that's all you want to grow is that right there, or a goatee or a full beard, whatever. But the growing season is from August until February, okay, of 2021. So the first week in February of 2021 is whenever the competition or the challenge ends. So 6 months of growing a beard. If you're wanting to do that, or if you know somebody that would want to do it, they don't necessarily have to be on Facebook or they don't have to be on YouTube, but you are going to have to post some type of video or some type of picture every single month. And it's going to have to go put up with the hashtag of whatever team you're on, along with the Beard Up Challenge 2020 hashtag. That way it can all be looked at by the two teams. Okay, that way they're able to keep track of who's on their team, for one, and two, of just the progress of what's going on. So if you're a person that's not on Facebook or you're a person that's not on YouTube, then you're going to have to be with someone that is, right? Obviously, if you're here, you're on YouTube. But if you know someone that would like to do this challenge, you can do it in lieu, or they can do it in lieu of you, as long as you're the one doing the documenting. Okay. That's how that works. So what does it cost to join the Beard Up Challenge? Nothing. Goose egg. The only thing that you have to do is shave the area, or be clean shaven within that first week of August, and provide a picture of the date along with some type of way of, so if you have your phone, whatnot, you can show the date and time, or have a calendar, something that is up to date, or a newspaper, right? You can do that for people still get newspapers. Not a whole lot of people do that anymore. Okay, but yes, it's going to have the date on it. All right, so that's all you got to do. Okay, you can choose any team. So one team is a team's Bob's Beard Adventure. Okay, so it's Bob's Adventure. He is the first team that's doing that, and his team is collecting the donations from buying merchandise or whatever you want to do. Okay, both teams are going to have merchandise. There's also going to be just a standard shirt that will go towards both teams. Okay, but all of the funds are going to go towards suicide awareness for Bob's team. So that's one of the things that he is doing. Okay, he's doing suicide awareness, and then the other team is coming from the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. All right, that's their channel, and they are going to be Team Beardica, and so it's like America but with beard, a Beardica, and they are going to be helping a veteran or veterans in general. Okay, and they were actually have reached out to me uh, once they've made this competition, and the veteran that they're choosing to help is us. He's actually reached out to me. So one of my dreams that I've wanted to do is have a nice blacksmith shop, someplace that I can do classes, just a little beginner, introducing someone to the craft of blacksmithing. And I would like to do that for veterans at no cost. Okay, basically all you have to do is come here at least one day on a weekend, a Saturday or a Sunday. You go through an introductory class into blacksmithing, and it's completely free. All right, as long as you are a veteran of the United States of America. All right, and that's it. That's one of the biggest dreams I've had during our interview, because we were interviewed by Bob on Bob's Adventure, and he, did a lot of questions, a lot of stuff. So if you got a chance to see that, you can go check it out. Or if you haven't had a chance to see that, go check it out. If you have had a chance to see it, awesome. Thank you. He's almost to the point where he's getting his minutes to be monetized. So that's cool. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. So they've asked if I wanted to join into this, even though I am going to be one of the recipients for the veteran side. But if I wanted to join in on joining one of the teams to shave my beard and regrow it for the 6 months. I was like, oh man. So at first, whenever going through, it was a hard no. I'm not going to shave. Okay. And then whenever I found out from Mr. Graves, which is the Vanilla Gorilla, that he is choosing me to be the veteran that's receiving the funds of this challenge, it it really struck home, and I was at a loss for words. And then at that point, it made the decision really, really, really hard of whether I wanted to shave or not. So, yeah, so that's that. All right. So, what have I decided? What am I going to do? I don't know yet. Let's go and look through some chat. Keep you guys on your toes. Yeah. All right. So what's going on? All right. So back up here, got some stickers on order. Mr. Neil Graham was in the house. Hey, hey. Gordon's been back in the forge. JT from Drayson's Forge. What's going on, brother? In the house. Oh. All right. And And yes, I do have quite a few videos back at the beginning of my YouTube journey where I did have a clean shaven face. I did have a mustache, but that was, I was still active duty military. So I had to be clean shaven, or I might have had like stubble from a weekend, whatnot, but that's cool. So, yeah, if anybody's wanting to join, if anybody has a beard and they want to shave and they want to join the cause, then jump in. Okay, it's your option of what team you're wanting to join. Just remember that the winning team gets the biggest stake of pot money that's going to go towards the cause of their choosing, right? So obviously, if the veterans win, I get to buy more equipment. I get to buy more stuff for the shop. I get to do a lot more stuff. So I've already said that 100% of whatever is made that I am receiving is going right into the blacksmith shop. And that will be even if I'm going to buy new anvils or buy new equipment, some more hammers, some more stuff for being able to do the training. And then obviously building the shop itself, along with I still have to build a new forge. And just a few other things. So yeah, if we're able to win, then that for one would be really awesome. Regardless, there's money. Regardless of who wins, their money is still going to both sides because there are T-shirts for both sides. Okay, so if you're on Team Beardica, all those proceeds for those shirts that are being sold for that team will eventually come to me. And then obviously, if we win the challenge, it'd be coming to me as well, and that just means I'll be able to buy more stuff, and that's awesome. I was just, I'm still, yeah, it was cool. It was, I didn't cry, but yeah, it's very emotional. Debaka in the house, just wiping sawdust off my neck. Yeah. So, and what have you decided? Oh, I haven't decided yet. I haven't put that out there. And Greg, I'll shave my back if it helps veterans, right? I don't have a whole lot of hair on my back. I do have a lot of hair on my chest. Obviously, I always have to trim my neck because that will all connect, right? My beard will connect down to my chest hair. So I always have to shave my neck for the most part. But I don't have a whole lot of hair on my back, just a little bit. But I don't think that's part of the competition. I don't know. But by all means, but you might need that hair on your back being up in Canada because it gets cold up there in the wintertime. So yeah, and obviously if you work in an area where obviously you're not authorized to grow a beard, I was in the military, right? I understand. But there are still ways of helping out the causes by going and checking out the merchandise and whatnot. And please go and look at my last video too, because I do have links in there that are for both of these channels. And I know that Bob's Adventure has a lot of stuff listed under his merchandise, and the Vanilla Gorilla, the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, they also have the same thing. Okay, so they it's already started, right? Even though people haven't physically shaved yet, because we don't have to shave until the first, basically. You have the first week in August to get your picture or your video submitted. But for some of us, we're actually going to wait until 12:01, basically midnight, on the 31st first, right? And then shave. That way, we have the longest amount of time of that 6 months to grow it back. And yeah, thanks, Billy. And definitely appreciate it. Yeah, if some of the moderators can definitely go in and try to share those out, I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, because that was the link to Bob's video. So, and I can probably, actually, I'll be right back because I actually have an old driver's license that has what I look like without a beard. Because I don't think unless you're going back and looking at some of my older videos to see what I look like. But my driver's license, I don't have a mustache. So I know all of my videos, I have a mustache. I'm just clean shaven. So I don't think anybody in YouTube land has ever seen me um, without a mustache. So I'll be right back. One sec. All right, here we go. I'm back. Dana's got to go. All right. Well, I definitely thank you for dropping in. That's awesome. So let's see. Okay, I don't want to show this one because that driver's license is the most current and it looks just like this. All right. And then obviously I'm going to cover up all the other stuff. But look, see if we can get the focus. Look at that guy. Huh? What? Yeah. Regardless, if I'm deciding to shave, um, the mustache is staying. The mustache will never go away. But yeah, it's I look like a kid. Yeah, exactly. It's like night and day. And oh, a good honest face, sir. Yeah. 12-year-old face. And that is, and I can't even tell you guys the issue date. So this was April 2019. So not that long ago. To let you know that even though I got all this gray, gray, I get rid of all this gray and go smooth skin. I drop like from in the 40s back down to my 20s. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen, right, I'm wearing my mom's shirt. So it's Mama Mary's Navajo Tacos. This is one of her shirts. So if this is her restaurant, that's out in Willard, Missouri. Anybody's ever out in that area, so she did have to close down for a little bit. Obviously, the whole situation going around, right? The state made restaurants close, so there for a while she was reopened, and then the state reclosed, and then she had to reclose, and then now she's back open again. So if you're ever in the Springfield area of Missouri, right, you go check out, and Willard should be right off of Route 66. So I know she gets some of the travelers that come through. And I appreciate it, James. So, Oh, trust me, I got all the crinkles and the laugh lines and everything that goes along with that. And the just for men, Joe. Yeah. All that good stuff. But yeah, the hair definitely makes me look a lot older for certain. But definitely appreciate you. Yeah. If you shave, you look like a criminal. Yeah. Oh no, I definitely get that. There for a while because in like my mustache, it actually comes down. So like I have some fairly decent length on my mustache, right? Well, when you're in the military, you can't have that. It can't. The hair cannot go past the corner of your mouth, right? So it has to be trimmed, and then where the corner is, it can't go past it that way, but only a quarter of an inch, and then it has to be lined to the top line of your lip. Okay, so it can't go past the top line of your lip. So whenever I grow it, I mean, it was just, yes, I would have the mustache, but it just looked horrible because the way that they have you trim it. So I always looked like I was trying to go sit in a van and hand out candy to kids or something. It's horrible. And yeah, because Branson is actually really close, so it's definitely would be worth your drive going from Branson over. Most definitely. And no fair. I want to go to Branson. Yeah, because you guys will be going to Silver Dollar City, right? When you go to Branson. So I know with the Silver Dollar City, that some of the channels, i.e., like Papa Texas and a few others, have actually talked about doing a centralized meetup. Well, I mean, Missouri's pretty dang centralized to the states, right? Especially the south west corner. Basically, that whole area right there is really centralized to a lot of people. And where Branson is, obviously, it's a destination city for tourism and just all kinds of stuff that you can see. Basically, the whole town is set up for tourists and doing stuff. So yeah, the Silver Dollar City, they have the tents, they have the big pavilions and stuff that you can rent out to do a meetup. And if one happens at Silver Dollar City for 2021 next year, then I will take off of work and I will do that most definitely. And oh yeah, Branson in November, December is beautiful. I mean, because they just have the Christmas stuff everywhere. I can't grow them because I'm always chewing this. Oh yeah, trust me, my hair goes in my mouth almost every single day. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. And there's Bob's adventure. What's going on, Bob? Hey, hey, hey. And yeah, if the moderators can keep sharing those two channels, I greatly appreciate it. Um, I don't have all the cool toys yet, like Bob does. All of his bots and stuff that automatically sends that stuff out for you. Yeah, one day, one day. We just need a meetup in a northern North Carolina VA meetup. Yeah, most definitely. That is one of the things I know that there's normally stuff that goes on in this area, the Hampton Roads area, that a lot of blacksmiths and stuff do. Because I know for my guild, we always have like it's called a blacksmith meetup that they do in October. Just for this October, I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's It happens out at one of the fairgrounds that's outside. I forgot what city it was in. I know for me it's like 2 hour drive, but it's heading out west, and they basically rent the entire fairground area. It's all fenced in, and then they have sites, like little pavilions, wooden pavilions that normally people would set up stuff, and we will throw out tents. So not everybody will stay overnight, but you can bring like a little camper or a little tent, which majority of us just do tents. And yeah, we stay out there the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just do a gathering of the blacksmiths. There's normally vendors that will sell stuff, a few vendors that will sell stuff, and then there's normally always demonstrators and stuff that come do all that too. And yeah, most definitely, Bob. I'll get with you whenever I'm ready to get going with stuff like that. Because did you have that? The only thing I really want to did you have to pay for that, or is it something that was free? All right, Dan. I appreciate you. I have to get back out to the workbench. Yeah, I know. Don't you wish projects would just finish themselves? That would be so awesome. And then, actually, let me get this light turned on because it's starting to get a little darker out here because I've already heard lightning or heard the thunder. I guess you don't hear lightning. You hear thunder from the lightning. That's fine, Lauren. If you're listening, you don't got to chat. All right. All right, Mr. Barry, go eat some supper. Yeah, we had rolled tacos and some French fries. Just something quick. The kids are at their dad's. Obviously, my daughter is still here, but we just did something quick. So yeah, this is the part that I'm gonna be like, I'm a mess because I always play. No, that's if I decide to shave, right? So, I don't know. Where are we at? Where are we at? Why, hello, Miss April and Glenn, Lazy Acres Homestead. Welcome. How's it going? And oh yeah, it's I think where was it at? There it is. Yeah, making your forge from scrap. I've all of my forges that I have right now. Obviously, the coal forge that I use, it is small. It's the bottom of a 100-pound propane tank, so it's really small. But that's the problem, right? If I'm wanting to do classes, vets helping vets, and doing the teaching courses or introductory courses, it's not really going to be teaching beginner blacksmithing. It's an introductory to blacksmithing. Okay, that's mainly what I'm wanting to do. I just want to get vets involved into blacksmithing and show them the safety, show them all the equipment, all the different stuff, right, to get them interested in blacksmithing and possibly doing some beginner projects, just little stuff, showing them how to taper, how to make a leaf, or how to make a hook, or some just little basic stuff, right? But I'm wanting to do more of the introductory stuff. If it's just going to be like a little 1 day class, and then if I do stuff that's more of like a 2 day class, then it would definitely be like an introductory, and then like a little beginner class that would be actually making projects, right? And then obviously my propane forge is in a 25 millimeter ammo can, so it's actually pretty good size for a gas forge. It's not super small, but you can't really fit a whole lot of things into it with it being the shape that it is, I guess. But yeah, it works well. I haven't been able to set that up yet because I can't get it out of the elements. If it's to rain where the tent is, it would get completely soaking wet. And I know that in previous houses, I'd had that outside to where it could possibly get wet, but the direction of the shops, how it was set up, any type of the rain that would come in would always be blowing away from it, basically. So right now, since I have just a temporary tent, it can rain in all directions, and it's going to get wet. Right? I would not be able to get it out of the rain. So that's why I haven't been using it. And yeah, most definitely, come on up. So yeah, like I said, that's that is my whole goal with this. It's one of the reasons why they had chose us to be the recipient of the vets side of this challenge, and because I want to give back to the veterans. That's one of the things ever since I very first started. And I don't consider myself to be no master blacksmith, and I would not be trying to introduce or teach or any of that, any type of major, mastery type classes. This is more just I'm trying to get people interested in the craft of blacksmithing. And I know a lot of places that you go to do some type of beginner's course or introductory type stuff, a lot of them you have to pay. And I know for the veterans out there, especially the ones that have been to war and whatnot, might come back and might not be 100% right. PTSD is a real thing. I definitely had it for a little bit whenever I came back from Iraq. But it's one of those things that some of it can, over time, you kind of get numb to it and it doesn't bother you anymore. And there's other times that it doesn't matter how long you go, you're going to have it for the rest of your life. So, but yeah, I definitely want to be able to help out. Yeah, and dirt box forges, and that's one of the things that I've definitely do want to make, because everyone knows that we do not plan on living in Virginia for the rest of our lives. This is not our forever home. Are we going to be here for a long time? Yes, we're going to be here for a long time. But there's certain aspects. Am I going to be tearing the shop down whenever I leave? No. Am I going to be taking a lot of equipment? Yes. All these shops, all these projects, all these things that we do, in the yard and for the house, a lot of the stuff's going to be staying here, but it's fine. We're perfectly fine with that because we're living our day to day, right? For the most part. Well, even though we know that we want to leave and that we want to eventually have a lot of land and stuff like that and move a little further west away from the ocean, that regardless, we're still living our life the way that we would normally live it if we were to be living here forever, right? And that is what it is, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to build the shops. We're going to build, places to hang out, and we're going to build some other stuff, and yeah, all kinds of things like that. But for this challenge, right, 100% of these proceeds is only going to blacksmithing equipment and the shop. All right. I know. All right, Gordon. Yeah, it sounds good. Sorry, I'm kind of itchy today because I've been out sweating and I've been hot. I haven't showered yet. So, like I said, I've been working out in the heat. It was 95 today, and really, really, really high humidity. So it felt like it was like 108. It's just horrible. Copper Kettle Farms. Hey, what's going on? And oh yeah, most definitely IDs were some of the craziest things. So whenever I went overseas, obviously I never had to leave base. I was more of because I was a Navy guy, obviously, but a Navy guy with boots on ground, working with the Army. So we were an all Navy, 100% Navy battalion that went over, and we did counter rocket and mortar defense. So we were a defensive weapon system on base that would shoot down rockets and mortars that were coming into the base. And that was our whole job. But yeah, so regardless, you're doing it, these things are coming into you. If we didn't do our jobs correctly and we missed, or there's a lot of times something would always happen. It'd be out of the flight path, or it wouldn't be correct, or whatnot, that we didn't get 100% kill rate on the targets that we were shooting at. But we did save a lot of people's lives, and you would still have bullets and stuff coming into the base, or if you're going close to like one of the fences, because there was a fence that went all the way around the base, like a big sand filled barrier that would go around the whole base. If you got a little too close to that and people would hear, sometimes they'd throw like grenades over the fence. It's crazy. But I do have some bullets that I've kept a hold of that I've heard like crack of a whip going over my head, and you hear that, you already know what it is. You just know that it was close, really close. If you can hear a bullet flying over your head. So I was able to pick some of those up to bring home. And what part of Virginia am I in? You guys should already know that because I've already said. But no, we're in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. So the southeast corner of Virginia. Fairly, like, really, really, really close. I mean, we're almost surrounded by beaches, and the rivers, James River, Chesapeake River, all these rivers. Jamestown settlement, right, is one of the very first settlements in the United States. We're really close to that. It's actually cool. The very, very first governor ever of Virginia was actually a relative of mine. Dates back to that far on my dad's side. But, all right, so I think I've left you guys in suspense long enough. We're already about 44 minutes in. So what are we going to do? So I put it out during the video that Billy over at Strong's Adventure has been putting out. He's been linking the video from Bob's Adventure, talking about some of the stuff that was going on. And whenever I jumped in there, because he does a lot of his interviews during my lunch break, if I take a little bit later lunch, I will jump in sometimes to his show. And it just so happens that the show I jumped in, he was talking to the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla about the Beard Up Challenge 2020. And from the very beginning of that video, they had already talked about, me being the recipient of the veteran side of that. And I know whenever they first talked about it, that Mr. Graves had texted me, wanting to know if I would accept the generosity of being the vet that's the receiver, and it like went. I didn't put two and two together. I don't know if it's just like how he worded it or whatever it was, but I ended up going back through and reading the whole entire text thing, and he definitely put it in a good perspective of me being able to pick up on it. But I was like, yeah, the two great causes, and I'll support you guys 100%. I'll buy shirts from both of you guys, and blah 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 blah. And I just kept saying that I would support, and I help you guys, because both of these things are awesome causes and, and whatnot. And it flew right over my head that he was actually picking us as being the veteran to build the blacksmith shop. That way we can give back to other veterans with the blacksmithing. And yeah, ever since then, because I had already said, no, I'm not going to shave, I'm not going to do this, not going to do that, right? And then he did this, and now I was at a loss for words, and it's just emotional, and it's cool, it's awesome, because I definitely would love to be able to give back to the veterans, and now having the funds, or know that funds are coming, that I can put into materials to get the stuff that I really need to get this going a lot faster, is awesome. And I definitely thank you guys for doing this challenge and actually picking me for the veteran. All right, so I'm gonna get teary-eyed. So at that point, to me, did I want to join the challenge by shaving and actually joining a team? And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, it's only hair. It can grow back. I've talked about that. Do I want to shave? No. Will I shave? Possibly. So I talked to Gladys. I said, hey, talked to her about the whole situation, the whole challenge thing. Talked to her about us being on the receiving end, and she's like, wow. She's like, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'd never dreamed in a million years that this would ever happen, and it did. And she told me, she's like, I don't want you to shave. I was like, I don't want to shave either. And she said to me, but I always tell her, because she always says that she wants to go cut her hair, or she wants to color her hair, or she wants to do this, or she wants to do that. And I always say, Dave, it's your hair. Do what you want. So she basically did the same thing back to me. I know how she feels, what she wants. But in the end, it's only hair. So I'm going to shave, you guys. And it's more just to definitely say thank you. One sec. So, but all right, collect myself. Since I am a recipient of the Veterans Prize for this challenge, it wouldn't necessarily be fair for me to just say, yes, I want to be on that team, because obviously I can grow a really badass beard, as everyone knows. Bad beard, right? And I love Bob to death, right? I found this challenge. Obviously, Mr. Graves, the Vanilla Gorilla, reached out to me through Bob. Okay. I've actually been a few months now actually following Bob's adventure. And any of you guys that don't know who he is, or have not went to his channel or anything like that, go check out his channel. He does great interviews with a bunch of people, along with some other stuff. He's about to get into a new van, and he's going to be doing van uploads and whatnot. I'm actually a very new subscriber to the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla as of last week. And so I'm still getting in, but dude's crazy. He really is. He is one of those guys that has ADHD, and he's just like right. And they just have that gypsy soul, and yeah. So they are great people, and I definitely thank you so much. So I can't just pick a team. I really can't. Um, I'm not going to pick a team, so I'm going to actually let a coin do it for me. So this is a dollar coin. So if you look, dollar coin. So it has Liberty on one side, and then it has our 19th president, Mr. Rutherford B. Hayes, on the other. That has the beard. All right, so since it has Liberty on one side, veterans, right? Veterans are all about liberty and keeping this country free, right? And because it don't come free, you guys, it really doesn't. Someone had to pay the ultimate sacrifice for us to have the freedoms that we have, right? And then I'll leave the bearded wonder on the other side for Bob over at Bob's Adventure that will be going towards suicide awareness. All right. So depending on how it goes, we'll see. I'm just gonna flip it, let it hit the floor, and then I know you guys can't see. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to do the best I can. Well, here I can let it hit the table, and then maybe I can bring the camera down so you can see. All right. So I haven't picked it up, and if you can see. The bearded wonder. So Bob Budd, I'm on your team. Yeah. So, I mean, to me, I think it's really the only fair way to do it, since I am a little more involved in this than some of the other people that would be getting involved. All right. So, yeah, flipping a coin to make the decision. So, I am on team, and how does he put it? The team Bob's Beard Venture. Because it's Bob's Adventure, right? And then you just threw the beard in there. So that's my team. All right. So now that I've collected myself, so I will be doing a video. We probably won't go live or nothing to do it since we are going to do it close to midnight on a Friday going into a Saturday because the first is actually on a Saturday. I will be doing a video. Gladys is going to cut it, and then I will post it up. It won't be anything extravagant. It won't. It'll just be a short little video of going through and cutting off my beard. But it's definitely going to a great cause, and yeah, it's the most emotional roller coaster. So let me get back up here and read some stuff, and yeah. Ooh. Let's just fix that. And all right, another. So James over at Sprinkle Donut Forge says he's in. He'll shave and then not shave for 6 months. So yeah, that's all you got to do, right? You just look at the rules. Claim you have that first week, right, to shave, and submit your video using the hashtags. That way people can find it, people can see it. Reaching out to your team, right? So you can choose a team of whichever you want. Even though, I'm a recipient of one of the teams, I'm not making anybody join any specific team. Whatever you feel is in your heart for whatever you want to do, whether it be for suicide awareness or for helping the veterans, right? That's cool. No ill will, because if you went back and watched some of our other videos, right, especially like the challenge question type stuff, both me and Glass put in, we have suicide awareness stuff in our family as well. So Miss Mary Ranch is in the house. Hello, Mary. And Hammer Time, New York, Mr. Mark. Hello, hello. And that's exactly right. Yeah, both causes are very great. Both causes will definitely be getting some type of donation, monetary donation, regardless. It just, yeah. And that's why I'm just so humbled, because regardless of, even if it's $5, it's still $5 more than I had yesterday. And it's definitely something that, I can use $5 to go pick up a piece of steel, right? It is what it is. And well, if I had a beard, but see, even if females can still join in by either buying the shirts, right? Because that's what really helps a lot, is the donations of buying the merchandise and stuff. That's where they're getting a majority of their monetary stuff to going in to do that. And so I know Bob has talked about it, and the Vanilla Gorilla, right, Mr. Excuse me. All right, Mr. Jeff Graves has said that there is going to be some type of prize for all the contestants. Okay, so it probably won't be something like monetary, but it's going to be the new day and age, everybody gets a participation trophy. No, it's not like that. It's one of those that this is definitely a great cause for two different things that are awesome both in themselves. And anyone that is willing enough to be intrusive into their own life and to be able to shave, same thing, for the cancer side, right? People that shave their heads for cancer victims or for cancer awareness. It's the same thing. It's something that's very intrusive into your life, and if you are willing to do that, you're definitely going to get something back. They just haven't decided what it's going to be yet, because they don't know exactly how many people are going to be doing this until after that first week, and they have all the entries of both of the teams. Okay, so we definitely would appreciate if you would share out the competition or the challenge, okay, between both teams. We definitely appreciate it. And just regardless, and if you know a veteran that wants to get into blacksmithing, and we live in a veteran town, right? We're really close to Norfolk Naval Base. There's many other. So I have Navy, I have Marines, I have Army and Air Force that are all right here close. And if you have family or you have individuals, friends that that come into this area and they want a free blacksmithing introductory class, have them get with me. Okay, they can message us, at the Ivy's Forge and Homestead. We can set up a time. We can get them here and light some fires and smack some steel. Yeah. But all right, definitely appreciate you, James. You got to run. That's cool. And yeah, get the video in and choose your team, brother. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I see right there is the military is actually a really big thing for suicide, along with just being a veteran in general, going out and willing to die for your country, and it is very tragic when this does happen. And I do know I've actually served with people on my first ship, second ship, and third ship, along with a instructor duty, which was shore duty. And so between four different commands, I've actually had friends that I worked with day to day, saw them every single day for years, either a 3-year tour or a 5-year tour, seen them every single day, and they committed suicide. I would never in a million years think that they would do something like that. And is to me, it's kind of like the Robin Williams of people, right? Is they just seem like the most happy-go-lucky, and that's really what it's about. Is a lot of times there are no signs. Um, just whatever's going on. So it's definitely helpful to be able to get some of the funding out there. That way people are able to do the research and looking back and just see what's going to go through someone's head that's going to cause them to do something like this. And I can speak from experience that I know what has went through my head whenever I decided that I almost wanted to try. I was almost at that point. And I never got to the point where I actually pulled a trigger or anything, but the thoughts were there, and that's all it takes, right? Mm. All right, Gordon. Gordon's also out here, so yeah, definitely appreciate you. So yeah, I'm already past my time. I'm at an hour and 2 minutes, but I definitely appreciate you guys for dropping in. I look forward to that video coming out to where I drop my age by 10 years as the beard goes away. And it's not going to happen until the 31st at midnight, which technically will be the first. It'll be 12:01 whenever we get started, because you can't shave before the actual competition starts, right? You can, but I'm not going to. Because then I'd have to physically shave again, right? Because you can't have the stubble, whatnot. It has to be clean shaved in the area that you're going to. So yes. Yes, Miss Caitlin, you missed it. I am deciding to shave for the competition. I am going to be on Bob's team over at Bob's Adventure, because that was the flip of the coin. That's who won. And but yeah, anyone that's willing to join in, by all means, just definitely greatly appreciate. I know both the teams will definitely appreciate. We have the stuff that's out there. Go check it out. It's the Beard Up Challenge, or hashtag Beard Up Challenge 2020. Like I said, it's going to be everywhere, between YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of stuff, Instagram. All right. But I definitely love every single one of y'all for coming along our journey here. I know Gladys isn't here once again. She's still busy doing schoolwork, sitting out in the living room. And yeah, her semester is almost done. May or may not have to take another class over again. But it's a really hard class that she's doing online when she should be sitting in front of a professor. But these are the times she can't do that. So it's a really tough class to be taking online. All right. But we definitely love you guys. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye bye now.